Next topic I am discussing about loops in C. In this section we will discuss what is a loop, what is the purpose of loops, types of loops, which are the loops C language providing. These are the topics we are going to discuss. First we will discuss what is a loop. What is a loop? Loop means, say if we have a block of code needs to be executed several number of times. If we want to execute sequence of statements, that time we can use loops. Loop is a statement that allows us to execute a statement or a group of statements multiple times. Looping statements executing the sequence of statements many times until the stated condition becomes false. A loop in C consists of two parts. Which are the two parts? One is body of a loop and another one is control statements. What is a control statement? Control statement means that's a combination of some conditions that direct the body of the loop to execute until the specified condition becomes false. The purpose of the C loop is to repeat the same code number of times. Next we can discuss about types of loops in C. Depending upon the position of the control statement in a program, looping statement in C is classified into two types. One is entry controlled loop and another one is exit controlled loop. What is entry controlled loop? We can discuss about entry controlled loop. In entry controlled loop, a condition is checked before executing the body of the loop. If condition is false, the body will not execute. This is also called pre-checking loop. The condition is checked before executing the body of the loop. That is called entry controlled loop. Next we can discuss about exit controlled loop. What is exit controlled loop? In exit controlled loop, condition is checked after executing the body of the loop. This is also called post-checking loop. Next we are discussing about infinite loop. What is infinite loop? Infinite loop means if that loop does not stop executing and the process the statements number of times. That is called infinite loop. That does not stop executing some statements. That is called infinite loop. Then we can discuss about characteristics of infinite loop. What are the characteristics of infinite loop? In infinite loop, termination condition is not there and the specified condition is never met. That is the two characteristics of the infinite loop. Next we can discuss what are the types of loops C language providing. One is while loop, next one is for loop, and another one is do while loop, and next one is nested loop. These are the loops C language providing. Next topic I am discussing about while loop. What is while loop? In while loop, a condition is evaluated before processing the body of the loop. If a condition is true, and then only the body of the loop will execute, else that body of the loop will not execute. The while loop is an entry controlled loop. First, that is checking the condition. If the condition is true, then only the body of the loop will execute. That is entry controlled loop. While loop is an entry controlled loop. This is the syntax of the while loop. While condition statement. This is the example program of the while loop. Hash include stdio.h. This is the header file. Int main. This is the main method. Inside the main method, int a is equal to 5. I declared one variable. After that, here I am checking the condition inside the while loop. A is equal to 5. 5 less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. 5 is less than 10. So this condition is true. So the control will go inside the body of the loop. Then this will execute. Printf value of A will print. What is the value of A? 5 will print. After that, the value of A will increment. A plus plus, so 1 will increment. So value of A will be 6. Then again this condition will check. 6 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. Again that will go inside the body of the loop and 6 will print. Next, now the value of A is equal to 6. Then again this increment will execute and the value of A will change to 7. Again that will check 7 less than or equal to 10. Like that this while loop will execute till the A value is less than 10. If A value is when this A value is reaching greater than 10, that time only this while loop will terminate. Till reaching that condition, this loop will execute. Next one is for loop. Let's see how for loop will work. For loop also a repetition control structure which allows us to write a loop that is executed a specific number of times. This is the syntax of the for loop. For initialization, condition and increment. Inside we can write the statements, body of the loop. This is the syntax of the for loop. This is the init. Init means initialization. Init step executed. This one will executed first and only once. This step allows you to declare and initialize any loop control variables. This one is only we are using for initialization and only once only we are using this one. The next one is the condition. This one condition. The next one is the condition is evaluated. If it is true, then the body of the loop. Here that control will come and the body of the loop will executed. If it is false, the body of the loop does not execute and the flow of the control jumps to the next statement just after the for loop. If this condition is false, the control will not go inside the for loop. The control will go outside of this for loop. So control will come here. After this curly braces, after this body of the loop, control will come. Next one is after the body of the for loop executes, the flow of the control jumps back to the increment statement. Say if this condition is true, next this body will execute. After the execution of the body, again the control will come to here increment. Then this will increment the value and again check the condition. And then again condition will is evaluated again, and if it is true, the loop executes and the process repeats itself. After the condition becomes false, after the condition becomes false, the for loop will terminate. This is the example program for the for loop. Hash include stdio dot, this is the header file. Next is the main method. After that, I declared a variable into a. After that, within the for loop, a is initialized with the value 10. Then condition will check a less than or equal to 20. 10 is less than 20. Condition is true. So again the control will come inside the for loop. Body will execute value of a. So 10 will print. After printing the 10, again the control come here. This increment will execute, the value will increment to 11, and then condition will check again, and if the condition is true, the body will execute. Like that this process will continue, and when this for loop will terminates when this value of a greater than 20. So this loop will work when the value of a less than or equal to 20. Till a is equal to 19, this for loop will execute. That's it about for loop.